Cause I have like the weaker Bert, right? So I'm trying to see which one does better. Okay, yeah. So let me scratch that. So I'm doing Thea Awakened with the 5/222 Bert versus Thea and Awakened Atheus, right? Obviously, I'm losing this battle. He has an Awakened Bert. That's pretty dope that he has an Awakened Bert, though. Okay, so this is the first test. This is Bert at 5/222, guys. Bert at 5/222. I think I'm losing this slightly, which is kind of interesting. Like I said, guys, it doesn't really matter like about who wins the 1v1. The question is, which one of my marshes does better? Thea with the 5/222 Bert, right? It's kind of resembling. It's kind of resembling. What is happening right now? Oh, because his Thea's not awakened. Interesting. 5/222 or an Atheus, right? So essentially, that's kind of what we're gonna be looking at. Yes, my Bert is 5/222, which is slightly better than a 5/111. But essentially, we're kind of testing the same things. If the 5/222 does better, that's gonna change things. That's gonna change things, right? Because then that's gonna add other underlying factors to it that we're gonna have to try to mitigate here. Then we would have to switch it to where Riot is the one switching to a Bert, or sorry, an Atheist. Oh no, we'd have to find someone with T5 Celestials with a 5/111 Bert. That's interesting. This fight right here is interesting on its own. I forget what his stay is at. I'll be honest. I forget what his stay is at. But we're gonna see right now, guys. We're gonna see what the hell is going on because his Bert's not awakened. For one, I do have Alliance Tech on my side, right? I do have the 10% attack and 10% defense that you get from. Wait, I think is it 10%? I have to look at it again. It's a percentage that's on there. So shout out to Riot for helping us this morning with our testing. Yes, sir. Going ham. We've been doing a lot of testing. Yo, Hero Knight, what's good, bro? What is good? How you doing? I can't wait to see this report, guys. I'm just like dumbfounded at what the hell is happening. I thought I was for sure gonna get smoked. First of all, let's see what happened. First of all, let's see what happened. Okay, we're both at 200. We both don't have pets or whatever. Interesting. I mean, this is a crazy test on its own. Awaken Thea OP? Because of the 6-star also? Interesting, interesting, guys. I think we're actually getting XP now, too. Sheesh, we're getting XP now, boys.
Do not touch my wings. Do you intend to
The universal emote that you're ready to duel. Give him a scout to wake him up. Oh, there's a way to do it right here. Charge. There you go. That other test was interesting, guys. I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty crazy. That was pretty crazy. Awakened Thea better than Awakened Bert? Hello? Question mark? Yeah, I mean, if you look at the the differences, right? Like his Thea is like pretty well worked on. We'll look at it right after this little duel here. But I'm telling you, I think it has to do with the Alliance territory. Like I said, that's not our focus of the testing here. Because, so, our focus is essentially who's going to do better. So right now, after this one, okay, so for the first one, they won by, I'll let this kind of play out. We kind of see the skills. I'm proccing shields. He's hitting me for 3,400 with his Bert. I'm hitting him for 3,500. Somehow I'm doing more hero skill damage than him. I wonder what talent tree he's running. Right now we're just focusing on the main focus of who's better. Oh. Someone joined the VC and then dipped. They're good to join. Like for our alliance, like if I'm in the stream VC, I welcome everyone. I haven't met someone in the alliance yet that I'm like, I don't know if I want this guy to be in in the stream. You know what I mean? I love doing this testing, man. I feel like it helps a lot of people out, you know. A lot of the testing that I do definitely helps me out to some extent, but this one is more for the community right here because, or actually it could even be, no, yeah, it's definitely more for the community because, like I said, doing this testing, even if Awakened Atheus is better than a 5111 Bert or a 5222 Bert, right? Even if it is, next we're gonna put in the factor of the orb, right? Bert is the only one that can get that Bert, not the only one, but I don't know exactly how many heroes can get that orb to max, but we know that Bert is one of the main ones that gets that to max, right? So that's gonna play a big factor in deciding who you're gonna pick, right? Because even if a 5111 Bert can trigger that orb for max damage, that's wild. He might actually be winning this one. Yeah, see, he won this one. I'm gonna be like, did you change something? I'm gonna ask him if he changed anything. For the testing of for testing purposes, I gotta ask him if he switched something. Cause the difference was pretty big, right? So I had a victory of 19 to 23, and then it went 19 to 21. Oh wait, what? Yeah, wait, what? How did I lose? But he had more severely wounded. Just because I had more. What? That's a weird report right there. What the hell? We'll be like, let's run it again. Then I'm gonna switch to Atheus. Yeah, that was interesting. Guys, if whoever when you guys are watching these videos, if you guys know anyone else that's like also doing a bunch of testing, and I'm trying to find someone who's like a battle report guru. You know what I mean? Like I'm still trying to figure out my little things here. And I think one way to figure it out, what that could be a good one, is like you kind of have to be able to have the ability to have battle logs side by side, right? So when you put them side by side, you can kind of see like, oh look, in turn 2, he started taking a little bit more damage or whatever. And the thing with Bert, especially if he's running the skill tree, is that there's potential there to get a focus, right? On the buffs. There's potential to get a focus there on the buffs. So, um, yeah. I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about right now. Okay, so if we go over here to our good old Bertrand Rooney, right here, when launching an arm attack, your Legion has 10% chance to gain hero skill focus, increasing their hero skill crit by 10%, right? So there's a chance for that, and when that lands, it makes a very big difference. Now, how often that lands? I mean, you would hope at least once or twice, right? You would hope. If no other funny, cheesy things happen, I should definitely win it again. I think, yeah, see, look, he went into the yellow, and then I went into the yellow like 1 or 2 turns later. Which is fine. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna call it now. I'm predicting that I don't know, dude. It's kind of hard to say. It's kind of hard to say. We're just gonna have to keep lugging out these tests and figure it out. You know what I mean? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? You guys think Awakened? You guys think Awakened ATS is gonna do better than a 5222 Burt? I don't know. I think that 5222 might be what makes the difference. Burt just does so much damage, bro. He just does so much damage, and I feel like the bread and butter for sure is in the orb. I know a lot of people are scrambling now, guys, to awaken their Thea. They're like, ah, oh, fuck. Thea's actually crazy. She's definitely getting a lot more limelight now. Now that that there's a new flying mage out. Everyone calls her like the flying. Excuse me, flying mage, but I mean, you can use her for any flyer. She's amazing. That's what I love about her versatility, guys. So like for me, like when it's a boring season and it's a lot of like farm killing and a lot of the enemy kind of just like hiding and doing like guerrilla warfare type shit, I like switching to the Spring Warden faction and then just fly around with a I think I almost have 1.2 million now, flying chickens, right? And I run Theo Ferrando and and excuse me, Jesus Christ. And Fragar and Craig. And they do work. They do work. Okay. Okay, so 19 to 23. 19k to 23k is the number. Alright, so now we're gonna switch it up. And we are gonna be running Awakened Atheus. Now there is some things that I'm gonna point out, guys. There's definitely some things that I'm gonna point out that are definitely factors in this. Let me grab my phone real quick. My phone is literally right here. Oh, you guys saw that? Saw some healing. Saw some healing. This kind of also like helps me out. It gives me more of an idea of just different content, right? Like when new heroes come out, like especially if I'm a level them, kind of see the comparisons, right? Because there's a lot of people that want to know, like, okay, like how good does a hero have to be before you switch it up, right? It looks like kind of hard to tell. It looks like I might be winning. Yeah, I'm winning. 1, 2. It looks like, from what I saw, that Atheus was winning against the Bert that I had by like 2 to 3 turns, roughly. By like 2 to 3 turns, roughly, guys. The little music's not too loud, right? This is interesting. Okay. I'm gonna go with the Thea. And then Atheus. So the Thea Bert on our first testing was 19k to 23. I'm doing more normal attack damage to him. I think it has a lot to do with that awakened Thea, man. She does give like crazy stats. She gives crazy stats. The build that I have on her is crazy too. I mean, it could be even stronger. But the build that I have for her is mainly speed too. Like it's not like a 1v1 talent. Like there's people out there, guys, that have like straight up 1v1 actual setups. You know what I mean? Like they're like, "Oh, who wants to duel?" And then they come over to their little hero, right? They go to talents, they come to preset, and then they just select it, and you can put it like 1v1. Like there's actual 1v1 setups that some people run. Obviously, these are your stronger players, right? These are your stronger players that have the gems to do that, to switch them around like that. But you know, it is what it is. Oh yeah, and the other one we're gonna test is well, we'll kind of wrap this one up. We'll kind of wrap this one up and kind of go fake title. What do I have it? What do I have? Oh, did I not? Did I not edit the title? Oh, I thought I edited the title, bruh. I think I didn't. Edit stream info. Ah, shit. Rib. Great, that's why you're the mod, bruh. There we go. Oh shit. Okay, we'll switch this one to my chat. Alright. Scammer! Guys, it looks like that one did better. 18 to 23. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna have to do the points. 18.9 to 23.3. I'm sure people that are watching this, you're already happy because you're like, oh god, thank God, Awakened Atheus is already doing decent. Okay, so let's look at this. This one was 19.0 to 23.6. That one was kind of like an anomaly. This one was 19.1 to 23.6. So it's like a consistent 23.6 sev wounds. Then the Atheus was at 18.9 to 23.3. It's like there's almost no difference. No, this is not. This is what I was. This is what I was afraid of, bro. I'm like, oh no. Now it's actually gonna be super close. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. And I still, like I said, my prediction was that the Bert is still gonna do better, even if he's triple one, because he's gonna be the one triggering that orb to its max. Right? So that's kind of what we were shooting at. He should still have. Yeah, look at that. So if they're this close, guys, if they're this close, it's pretty safe to say, in terms of like raw stats, that Awakened Atheist is still gonna do better than that the 5 1 Bert, for sure. Cause let's look at what stats I'm buffing with a 5 2 2. Hero skill damage. Who knows how often that procs? An extra 3% magic attack, 1% magic unit enemy defense penetration, and then an extra 2% there. Oh, well, this one doesn't even apply, right? This one doesn't even apply. Yeah. So not too many stats. So I would say it's pretty. I would say it's pretty safe to say. But like I said, the orb is gonna be what plays the biggest factor here. This guy wants to 1v1 something, so. I'll send my Thea Valen over there for him. Very impressive to see like how well Atheus still does. Because if you guys look at his March, guys, he doesn't have a weak March. He doesn't have a weak March at all. Like if you look at this, he has a 553 Bertrand with a 553 Thea. You know what I mean? Like it's no joke what he has going on over here. And to see that a Awakened Atheist with an Awakened Thea is doing that kind of work already, yeah, it shows the strength of Atheist, and you love to see that. You love to see that, because it shows like that he's gonna have a long life ahead of him, especially as especially as new flying mages come out. Be pretty cool. On top of that, one of the things that I was gonna tell you guys, it's like, on top of that, Atheist gives you extra mobility, gives you healing, gives you extra rage. But, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of different things that you can work with there, so the March still shows to be good. One of the things that I always say about flying mages, guys, because just to show you guys, I guess to prove to you guys that I'm relatively qualified to speak on Thea, right? 135 million PvP kills, so I have a lot of experience with her. I did experience when you have Thea out in the field, you have to have a good artifact. For example, like Inferno Flame, Phoenix Eye, and the Orb, right? Obviously, with the Orb with Bertrand be pretty good too. And then kind of switch it out like that. I've tried the Tear of Arbonne. The Tear of Arbonne did well also, but I had to play a lot smarter, because your attack's a lot less. You survive a lot longer, so it takes you a little bit longer to get there, but eventually you kind of get there. Okay, so let's look at this. We got a 18.6 of wounds that we took to 23.7. Yeah, I think even based off this, guys, I'm gonna tell him one more time. I'm gonna tell him one more time for that. I'm gonna tell him after this we can run the orb.
A fine opportunity. Be decisive. Understood.
Whoa.
Face justice for your crimes.
I'm gonna tell him after this we can. I love when people help me out test, guys. It's so awesome. Because there's a lot of 515 Bert greater than max Atheist in your opinion. I mean, that's what I'm saying though. That's kind of hard to tell, right? That's kind of hard to tell. And I would hope a 5-5 whatever Bert is better than Atheist. But I mean, based off the testing that we're seeing here so far, it's not by a lot. It's not by a lot. Granted, my Bert is 5222. If he was 5111, we would see even better report from Atheist, right? So even if this test doesn't show the exact capabilities of a 5111 Bertrand, let's be realistic, right? A lot of people are gonna get him a little bit more than that. So it's good to see that even like a 5222 is doing about the same ish. But when I'm telling you guys, once we add the orb, that's where the game changes. That's where the game changes. So that's where we're gonna see some very very different numbers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's one of the ones that got the orb. So they're kind of going at it right here. Love to see it. We're gonna get the orb involved. Like I said, guys. Like I said it earlier, and I'll say it again just in case someone missed it. The thing about Atheist, right? His march speed and the little bit of healing that he does is kind of crazy. Right? Same thing with Atheist, guys. I can speak on Atheist. Look at how many kills I got with him. 117 million PvP kills with him. Right? Skill damage factor of 800. Some people are like, oh, that's kind of weak. Yeah, it's kind of weak, but I mean, he is an epic hero. Yeah. Can we get a Atheist Prime, please? Can we get an Atheist Prime in the chat? 10% HP bonus, right? And healing received. This keeps him alive longer in the field. And then the march speed bonus of 20% and damage to like it just makes you tankier. I feel like it has more like defensive stats, right? So I feel like maybe out in the field over time, like that can even add up also. That's what I'm saying. I can't wait till we get to the final zone and do like some massive like PvP stuff. Um, but be able to like fully test everything out and see how it's doing. Uh, One of the things that everyone needs to focus on, guys, is your investments. Okay, when I say that, is we need to stick to that one project that you're doing and make sure you finish it because, for example, like a 6-star Valen, 6-star Lilia, Awakened, right? It's gonna do so much better than a lot of new heroes that are gonna come in that are not leveled up yet, and it takes time to level them up. You know, unless they come out with like broken heroes, which is bound to happen eventually, where like even their 5111 version does better. Similar to like Syndreon, right? When Syndreon first got introduced, like he was like 5222 or very low configurations, like doing substantially better than other whatchamacallit, than other builds that the archers had. Alright, let's send our birthday out there. First of all, let's look at the result. A 19.3. Damn, he took a little bit more damage there to 22.1. So based off the test, guys, like I said, he's either gonna be like slightly better or better, or kind of around the even side. But this gives you guys like a good idea of like, okay, I saw how a 5222 Bert did versus a Awakened Atheus, and it still did pretty good. And I do still think it's gonna continue doing well. But we're gonna continue this. We're gonna continue this going, so you guys can. And we'll just include this as part of the video. I wasn't gonna include it, but I think it's important for people to see, like how much of a difference the orb is gonna make. Granted, mine is max, guys. Mine is a max orb. However, we will see if it's we will look in the reports to see like what level of the orb it's proccing, right? Because I'm sure that's something even you guys might be wondering. Even I'm wondering. Like, I wonder how much of the orb Atheus triggers. You know what I mean? 1 second, guys. See what's going on here. Oh shit. Can't locate target. What the fuck? Okay, this one's ruined. This test is ruined, guys. He was running away and then got nuked. I'm gonna tell him we can run that back. My artifact was glitched. Bro, my man was trying to back up to make the testing fair, and then he got fucking nuked. Only 117 milli? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? That's wild. Yeah, dude, the orb is just ridiculous, bro. Oh, only. I get what you mean. Yeah, I get what you mean. Only. Yeah. 117 million PvP kills for a good old Atheist. I don't fuck around with my flyers, guys. I'm telling you, like, I am a, like, I do consider myself like a flyer main. One of my end game goals is to run around with a with 5 flying mage marches. That's kind of like some of my end game goals. That's kind of slowly starting to change a little bit. It's starting to change a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. But we'll see what happens, right? Because if that flying mage stuff is my goal, I would just be saving just for that, right? So when these heroes come out, we make that happen. Let's get it. We can call our Lilia back. Here we go. Hopefully it's not glitched. Not glitched. Awesome. Holy shit. Look how faster I procced my freaking artifact. He hit me for 6k with his, bro! Nah! Is it really that big of a difference? A level 5 orb, dude? That orb is freaking ridiculous, man. Holy shit. Nah, the way that's kind of crazy, bro. The difference there was kind of ridiculous, I'll be honest. We can run. Okay, that one counted compared to the other one. Ooh. I love that. So guys, I'm gonna be posting this video obviously. So Buddha messaged me. He's like, "Bro, you were right about the Thea build. It does better." Like, just saying. Just saying. It's not even a 1v1 thing either, guys. Like I said, there's other aspects to the field that a 1v1 can't determine, right? And some of the people in the comments have said it like, "Oh, well, this is not ideal. Like, Bert's getting hit, so his fourth skill is not happening. So maybe he does do better when he's not getting hit," which is a very good point, right? It's a very good point. And actually, now that I say that out loud, that's definitely a good point because it's like, um, that's something for you guys to take in consideration, right? So even though I did these tests and Bert and Atheus kind of did similar, right? In the field, a lot of things can change, but I think this is a good solid baseline to start off with to kind of see like where your 5551 or your 5111 Bert stands with Atheus. Do I know anyone giving an account away? No. Yeah, his stay is not maxed.
I am light manifest.
Ba, 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 ba. Oh my god, I couldn't locate target. We're gonna have to get away from that area. We'll compare this one to the other chalked one. 31k, bro. Look at that. 31k to his 6k. Like, okay, he has a level 2 orb, guys, and I have a level 5 orb. It's just kind of crazy to me, like, how that's doing. You know what I'm saying? Level 5 orb is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Okay, let's kind of look at the chalked one. Okay, this is the one that was ruined because of the artifact block. 14, 14.3 to 29.0. And the one that we considered like a good test was 14.7 to 29.5. Makes sense. Because if this one's also relatively close, we can still just move on to Atheus. You guys saw though, right? What the artifact levels were hitting, and we'll be able to compare that. Okay, that one was 15 to 28. Okay, that's fine. We can switch over to Atheus. They're pretty close.
Very well.
I will do what I must.
Let us be gone. Never ending or beginning. An ever spinning wheel. Silence. Accept your punishment. Silence. Many roads lie ahead. Sinner, face justice for your crimes.
Okay, I'm curious to see how much damage it's gonna do with the Atheus. Atheus as secondary. Okay, it did about 5k less damage with Atheus. So that's what I'm saying, guys. That's gonna be a big factor that comes into play. And this is where I'm telling you guys that this is why ultimately Bert will be better with the orb because he's gonna trigger the artifact more. However, you know, let's just say you're not main mage and you're not really looking at investing into Bertrand. Like, Atheus is still really good, man. You know, then granted, I know a lot of you guys watching this are probably main mages. A lot of the archers are probably like, meh, Syndrome, Fragar, set number 1 DPS, meh. Right? Uh, but, fair point to my archer mains. Much love to you guys. And, which is a fair point, but for a lot of the main mages, it's like, dude, the orb is like like a must invest. No doubt must invest for the orb, guys. You have to. Man, this has been good. Conclusion of the testing. My conclusion of the testing, I would say that a 551 Burt will still be better simply because of the... There's not a big difference, I would say, first of all, as a disclaimer. There's not a big difference between a 5111 Burt, 5222 Burt, and an Awakened Atheist. The differences wasn't, like, huge. Once the differences started becoming a little bigger... Gonna one-shot him. Once the difference start becoming a little bigger, is when you look at the artifact damage. That's when you kind of, you're like, oh, okay, now we're getting into some crazy territory. And like I said, also, guys, I don't have Arcane Torrent. Rip. I actually nerfed my account like that, like really bad. You know what I mean? But you know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You live and you learn. However, like I said, maybe it still ends up turning out well for me because now my archers are going to be out in the field a lot more. Who knows? Who knows? We shall see. I still think I overall nerfed myself, but I have hopes that my archers are going to... I mean, I have 650k archers. The season before this, my archers didn't do so much work for me because they were mainly getting thrown into freaking rallies and getting swarmed down by BDO, right? So this season's going to be a little different for the life of my archers. Should be better. While we're here, while we're waiting for this orb to proc, I shouldn't have left out 10. Waiting for the artifact to cool down and leave. Charge! And you guys see the little the little health proc, right? And let me show you which one that is. Let me show you what's going on with the little health proc. Atheus has a 30% chance to receive healing when hit with a normal attack healing factor 400. This can be triggered once every 10 seconds. So sometimes when you're out in those little like kite fighting fights, you can see that happen. And that one hit for 30 somehow. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What was that? Okay, all I gotta say for that one was I kind of delayed when my artifact was procced. Does it mean just because of the more of the heroes, more of the buffs, it was getting more buffs, so the orb was... Oh my god, are we on to something, chat? I think so. I think with Bertrand, you can kind of get those max damage like this, but with other heroes, you might have to wait a few turns to get it more buffs to get it to max, get it to the max damage. Dude, we might be onto something though, chat. Like for real, for real. I think that might be a thing. I think that might be a thing because I can't speak, because of the delay. It allowed the artifact to get more buffs to get more to that maximum damage. Sheesh, wait a minute. Alright, let's look at the artifact damage report. You can see it here. Okay. Still doesn't show the one that just happened. Oh no, it did. It did. It's a 30k one. Okay, so here is with Bert Atheus, right? Sorry, Bert Thea, 31k, and then Bert Thea. Oh, right here, and then right here, Thea and Atheus, 24k, right? 24k, and then I don't know where 30k. Like what? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's kind of crazy.
I will fulfill my
But what turn level was that? Okay, you know what? So for the purposes of this, we will send we'll just proc it immediately,
many
and we should get roughly around 26k. And while we're doing, after we proc that, we're gonna go look and see which turn we can do it at. So you said so after the second rage cycle, she would have the buff. So as soon as Thea props her second shield, then it'll be good to go. Okay, so we're proccing it early. 24k. Yep, we just mimicked it. Crazy Crasso. Wait, what? What's up, bro? That's kind of crazy, guys. That's kind of crazy, man. That's a little crazy, you know? Man, these tests are freaking awesome, bro. Every time I do testing, I always figure something out, bro. I always figure something out. So for the next test, man, so many things were found. That's almost a video of its own. Oh, it's Brazilian. Brazil. What's good, bro? What's good? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? I know that Brazilians speak Portuguese, but they understand. Some of them understand a lot of Spanish, so that's why I hit them with a little bit of Espanol. Because we were just talking about that. We're like, what can get the orb to get maxed? You know what I mean? ¿Cómo está? Todo está bien. Todo está muy bien. Gracias. I'm just like dumbfounded, bro. I am dumbfounded. We could hit him with another orb, but that'll ruin the testing. And I think he like, I think it's like a one-shot kill at the end, and then there's a cooldown that I don't want to wait for. So, bro, no, what? You probably talked about it in by yourself, to yourself. That is crazy, dude. Okay, so now we're gonna do it again. We're gonna wait till Thea procs her second shield,
I will fulfill
and then that's a long time though. You know what I mean? And then proc it, and we should hit for about 30k. That's like that could be like a little mini video of its own, you know? Or we just include it. Fuck it, we just include it.
understood.
We could just include it in there. It's already gonna be a pretty long video.
The law
Um,
unchanged.
my desk was vibrating. I thought I was getting a call. Okay, so there goes Thea's first, right? We don't hit it yet. We wait for her second one. Here it comes, and there's the second one. Now we cannot locate target. Now we proc it. There it is. Did more damage. We had a little bit less troops. But second rage cycle. Second rage cycle, guys, and you can get a max orb proc with Atheus. Now I wonder if, as long as you maintain technically in battle and you don't fully disengage to where you get a battle report, I wonder if those buffs still go with it. That's kind of crazy, bro. That's kind of crazy. So there you go, guys. Here's the video for you guys. A lot of you guys have messaged me, like, who's better? Hey, yo, Shamar official with the freaking Prime sub, baby, for
Cheers
4
for testing.
months. Let's go. Much love to you, bro. Much love to you. So for those of you guys that have been messaging me, like, yo, like, who's better, like, 5551 Bert or Atheus? I would say based off the testing that we did, like, they're pretty similar, bro. They're pretty similar. I think, granted, I had a 5222 Bert, and the Atheus one did slightly better than that one in terms of no artifacts being involved or anything like that, right? We can look at the artifact in terms of the no artifact ones involved. It did better. So it's in terms of like raw stats. Atheist Awakened is still slightly better than a 5111 and a 5222 Bert. However, when you get the orb involved, right, it starts changing things up a little bit, right? It starts changing these numbers up. So we can kind of look at these numbers here. It starts changing, right? Literally doubles. Granted, because of I have a max orb, right? So 14. Let's see, we have a 14.3 to a 29.0. We have a 14.7. This is with the orb involved, right? This is still him. 15.5 to a 28.5. And I want to say that was it for... And then we brought out Atheus. So then Atheus with the orb, 15.2 to 27.9. I don't know what happened here. 13.7 to 29. Oh! I think this is the one where the artifact did better. This is when we waited for the artifact. That's kind of crazy. Whoa, wait a minute. That's a... Okay. And then a 14.4, or sorry, 14.8 to a 28.9. So it's like the numbers are pretty fucking even, guys. They're pretty even, even with the orb. However, with the orb, the only time they were really even, and then we have a what 14.6 to a 28.5. So they're relatively even with the orb. So the orb still works really well with Atheus. However, I wouldn't really say a downfall, but the challenge you're gonna have is you're gonna have to pay attention to your buffs. You know what I mean? And what does it mean for those buffs? You have to at least have 2 rage cycles of Thea, right? 2 rage cycles of Thea, and then you can proc it, and it'll still work really well for you. So, you know, I hope this video really helps a lot of you guys out to kind of gauge to see how good like an Atheist versus a Bird is, right? And I know that for a lot of you guys, my recommendation would be that if you're going with Bertrand, if you're even going to consider getting him to 5111 or anything, just continue working on him, guys. Especially if you're a main mage. He's a shall awaken hero for mages, for main mages, right? So even if an awakened Atheist at the moment can still do like around the same or slightly better than a 5111 or 5222, I would still, you know, don't lose faith in Bertrand and continue working on him, you know. If granted everyone's funds are a little different, right? So if you can't work on him, you guys saw like even Atheist does really well. One of the biggest factors in terms of just like 1v1 against our guy Riot here. So shout out to Riot again. Freaking behemoth of a player, 109 million power. The biggest thing with him, with his reports, was that his Thea wasn't awakened, right? I mean, this is besides the orb, his Thea wasn't awakened. His Thea was also not 6-starred. But in terms of, so for those of you guys that are curious, like, oh, you might be interested in doing your own testing, it doesn't matter who wins the 1v1. It's not about that. It's about which one of your pairs does better. And the reason why this type of testing is really good for a lot of you guys is that even though if you watch my videos, you watch any other content creators videos, take what everyone is saying as like a baseline. Like, okay, I see what they're saying. This one's recommending this one's recommending that. And then go in and do your own testing with your own account, because the answer that can be correct for other people might not be necessarily the best one for you, right? Because you have all kinds of things to consider: spend levels, what season you're in, all kinds of layers that go into that. So, do your research, do your own testing also, and then go into it, right? Because at the end of the day, you got to be accountable for your own decisions, right? You can't mess a hero up and be like, oh, this guy said this or this guy said that. Starts with accountability. So I hope you guys like the video. If you do, make sure you guys drop a like. Let me know in the comments section what you guys thought about the testing. If you appreciate the testing, I know you guys like this type of content. I always get really good positive feedback from the community with this. Make sure you guys share this with your buddies to show them kind of like the comparison between, Bertrand 5222/5111 versus an Atheist. Also show them this so they understand the concept of, having the proper buffs so that your orb can be fully maxed to hit, because it makes a big difference, dude. A 25k difference to a 31k difference with a max orb is massive. Absolutely massive. You got to think about the AoE also. All that is good. So, and if you're liking the video, make sure you subscribe. That's going to be it for today's video, guys. Your boy Guns here. Later.